People. I was here. I was here. I missed you too. Woo! Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, my people. I see Patrick Gurue. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Yo, Kagamistan, Kagamistan, Ausares, SANCTIONED. My people, we got a lot to talk about. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. Let me turn down the music. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. You and I talk show today on March 11th, 2026. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm back. Oh, la, la. How's it going in your side of the earth? How is it going? Is it crazy madness? Like what is happening in our own universe? You know, the universe is whatever you have in your mind. So how's it going in your mind? Pretty much, my people. Like, tell me, what is going on? Me, I'm here. I'm like, damn, the whole world has gone crazy madness. So who is not fighting who? Because a lot of people are fighting a lot of people right now. And of course, Rwanda is fighting in Congo. Madness, the Rwandan madness, the Kagamistan madness continues. Fighting our fellow Africans, killing, causing millions and millions of deaths. Over 15 million people, Congolese people, have lost their lives. Genocost, because Rwanda has a criminal dictatorship, genocidal dictatorship, that I have called the Kagamistan, which is so immoral that all it thinks about is the material wealth. And it goes into Congo, plunders, rapes, kills, and then sells whatever they get from that to bigger predators. That's what's going on. That's what's been on my mind. So you and I talk, my people. We're going to talk about the sanctions. The USA has finally sanctioned this criminal dictatorship of the Kagamistan in Rwanda, because their army, what they call the Rwandan Defense Force, is used to kill, to rape, to plunder other Africans, other nations. And then every now and then, since they do have an efficient, massive army, they do hire them as mercenaries to be used by bigger predators, by France in Mozambique. They even disguise themselves as peacekeepers. Sudan, Centrafrique, they have intervened in Benin. Yo. Sanctioning the Rwandan so-called defense force is a major step, because on top of that, they use it to destabilize Congo, the richest country on the planet. Africa, how can Africa be free, rich, sovereign when you have our fellow Africans, your neighbor nation, working against you, coming into your country, killing, raping, plundering? How can we evolve as Africans and become magnificent, build the best civilization, ancient Africa, y'all. If we have such low morals, such blind leadership, such as we have come to have in the Kagamistan in Rwanda. So we're going to talk about that. And then there's been a tragic event in Goma. The French humanitarian worker and other people have been killed. So we're going to talk about that as well. All right, my people. So welcome back. We're studying in English for a few minutes and then into French, and then we're going to end into KinyaRwanda. Thank you, y'all. All right, my people, welcome back, welcome back. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you very much for being here. So, as you may or may not know, Rwanda, the army in Rwanda has been sanctioned by the USA, which has imposed sanctions on the entire army of Rwanda as an institution, what they call the Rwandan Defense Force. So let me share my screen. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to go through it. Let me share my screen, go on X, see all the madness that I'll be posting, and then get to the post about the USA sanctioning the Kagamistan in Rwanda. But we could even start with what has just happened. The French humanitarian lady who just got assassinated. What I suspect, I'm going to talk about my suspicion. I suspect. Look at the house. So they say that's the house. A lot of questions can be asked, and the main question is that my main suspect is the Kagamistan in Rwanda, because the question that you have to ask yourself is who benefits from, who has anything to gain from this crime, who has anything to gain, and who was this lady, who like her work, who was benefiting from her work, and who was being uh, damaged by her work. So I hear that she was doing some sort of investigation and was going to do a report, and that her report would have been damaging to the Kagamistan in Rwanda because they support international war criminal. Information is minimal. Weapons of destruction or gasoline, petroleum. Okay, sorry about the noise. I didn't realize it was a video. So the report that this lady was working on would have been damaging to the Kagamistan, because the Kagamistan in Rwanda supports the criminal rebels who are attacking in Kongo, and they commit a lot of crimes. So if she's reporting that, obviously it's damaging to the Kagamistan. And this is what some people have talked about, and this is I personally suspect that the Kagamistan would be the top suspect, because it's well known that they even do they do such things, assassinate people to detract or to create another type of narrative, or to accuse the other side that they are fighting against to be the one which is doing the damage, and continue to distract people from that. So that is my number one suspect. And obviously, the French have actually been working with the Kagamistan in Rwanda. Ironically, the Kagamistan in Rwanda, which army has been sanctioned, which we're about to talk about the sanctions, was actually one of the armies that has been hired by the French to fight its war in Mozambique, so that French companies can continue their business of taking what they take from Mozambique. So I don't know if the French are going to do anything about their citizen, especially the Macron presidency has been a disaster to the French people. He's the most disliked French president in the history of French history, and the French people suspect that he's not working for them. Same problem as the Canadians have with the Liberals, and the British have with the Starmer. Like all over the world, people have so many bad leaders these days, and so many people around the world actually disappointed, deeply, deeply disappointed in their leaders. So it is these disappointing leaders on top of our countries who are actually getting together and doing really, really bad things that will benefit an extreme tiny minority in this world. Huh? Speaking of that, remember this guy, bad leaders, huh, who will do the ugly, ugly things to their own countries, which benefit just a few people, and then the rest of the population will have to suffer and suffer and suffer. So sanctions on the criminal dictatorship of the Kagamistan in Rwanda have come into place by the USA. But let's not forget that who trained the Kagamistan army in the first place. It was the USA. Who put the Kagamistan in power in the first place? It was the USA. So if the USA is now sanctioning the same army that they trained and put into power, them and Museveni in Uganda, these criminal leaders at the top of Rwanda, Uganda, they were supported by the USA when they came into power. So the idea that now the USA can and has sanctioned them, it's like, okay, they're your own employees anyways. They're your own employees anyways, so you're gonna sanction them. So will the sanction cause the Kagamistan to collapse? It may cause the Kagamistan to collapse, and this is why the Kagamistan will fight and fight and fight and fight even more. The Congo is in danger even more, because the Kagamistan collapsing will be fighting even more to pretend like he's not collapsing, to refuse to accept the evident collapse. He will fight and fight and even more, and he will go down fighting and causing the maximum damage that he can cause. So this is the problem, this is the danger. Anybody who is following the situation should know that the Kagamistan in Rwanda is not going to go down He's not gonna accept sanctions. He's gonna try as much as possible and avoid them. He's gonna try as much as possible and find ways to keep fighting, to keep plundering the Congo, because by now he is addicted, completely addicted to Congolese wealth, Congolese minerals, Congolese blood, if I may say. And he will do whatever he can to stay alive, you know? So the only thing, sound thing that he should do would be um, to get the hell out of Congo. But instead of getting the hell out of Congo, he insists and stays in Congo all to the way where now it has taken sanctions, the USA taking sanction on the entire army as an institution, and then also taking sanction on some people at the top of the regime, which is a great idea, because these people at the top of the regime, they be oppressing Africans, oppressing their fellow Africans at home in Africa, but then they send their families abroad. They send their families to the USA. They send money to the USA. Huh? They send their kids to the USA. They send their families to live in freedom, in wealth, as they oppress our fellow Africans at home. So the idea that the US can sanction them and be like, yo, you ain't even coming here no more. It's kind of funny, these Africans. Huh? They have their armies trained by the US. They get aid, all while posturing. Look at the Kagamistan while he was telling people to go to hell, posturing, oh, I don't need you, go to hell, sanctions, sanctions, who cares? You know? And then they turn around and be like crying that they've been sanctioned. The idea that they even give the Western countries and Western powers the power and the ability to sanction them. If you can be sanctioned and collapse, then you actually deserve to collapse. Huh? Because you're just puppet. You're a puppet regime that whoever is your puppet master can collapse anytime, then you deserve to collapse. So that's what's happening, my people. Um, Everywhere, every country has its own problem. Our focus here is the African perspective. Now let's move into French and keep talking about this same subject and moving on into KinyaRwanda as well. The other funny thing is how the Kagamistan in Rwanda actually, I told you how he was going nuts that the son of former President HABYARIMANA went to Congo, and now he actually went officially. This is Rwandan people. Sending Trump a message. Now he has officially went on camera, on speech, and complained that a son of a former president went to Congo. Oh man, look at the entire the military in Rwanda is connected to everything. And of course the president controls everything, creates various companies that all of them he controls, his tiny little clan family controls. And of course he controls his military, right? So knowing the 3M that makes a government fall, and knowing that the entire army is sanctioned when they are connected to everything else, this is major, major, major blow on the Kagamistan. So we shall see. We shall see, my people, how it goes. This is a Rwandan military, top military, who would be bragging that they actually go to Congo using Rwanda AIR, on camera. Eh. So personally, been calling for boycott the Kagamistan in Rwanda, boycott visit Rwanda, boycott made in Rwanda. To me, it's great news. It may help the Kagamistan collapse because it's not a national army. It is a criminal organization which is used to kill, to rape, to plunder our fellow Africans. And such armies deserve to be sanctioned and to cease to exist so we can have peace and we can have maybe national army or national defense service that is not going to be used to kill, to plunder, to rape anywhere, let alone Congo, let alone anywhere in our fellow Africans. All right, my people. So thank you for being here. Let's move into French. All right. La famille, bougeons en français un tout petit peu avant d'arriver en KinyaRwanda. Merci. Alors, la famille, merci d'être là.